A very good morning, my dear students. In today's lecture, we'll discuss about the salts. As in previous lecture, we discussed about the acids and bases, their classification, their physical properties, chemical properties, methods by which acids and bases can be prepared. We also discussed about the indicators like phenolphthalein, methyl orange, blue litmus solution, red litmus solution. Now, in today's lecture, we'll focus on salts. That what are salts, what are the different classification of salts, all these things we are going to discuss today. Now see here, first of all I have written salt. So what is salt? What is the definition of this salt? It is obtained by the complete or incomplete neutralization reaction between an acid and a base. Salt is that product which is obtained between acid and base when neutralization reaction occur. I have written two terms in this case. I have written either it is obtained by the complete neutralization reaction or incomplete neutralization reaction. So that I will discuss when we will discuss about the classification of the salt. Now in chemistry, if we will use the term salt like in junior classes, students what they think, for them salt means only NaCl. Like if we are using the term salt, it's only sodium chloride. No, it's not like that. It can be any metallic chloride, it can be any metallic carbonate, it can be any metallic sulfate, it can be any metallic sulfide, it can be any metallic nitrate. So all these comes under the category of salt. That product which is obtained when acid reacts with base in neutralization reaction, that is known as salt. Now first of all we will discuss about the classification of the salt depending upon different criteria. So first criteria is on the basis of the solubility, that I have written. Classification of salt on the basis of solubility. Whether and solubility in which solvent, particularly here we are talking about water. Water as a solvent. So first classification on the basis of the solubility in water. So on the basis of the solubility, there are two types of salt. Very simple and very easy. That is soluble salt and insoluble salt. Now as you can see, soluble salt, such salt which get dissolved in water, they are known as soluble salt. There are not many examples for this, like sodium chloride dissolves in water, potassium chloride dissolves in water, potassium permanganate dissolves in water, copper sulfate dissolves in water, ferrous sulfate dissolves in water, potassium dichromate dissolves in water. So all these are soluble salt. Second is, as the name is there, insoluble salt. So such salt which are not soluble in water, which are insoluble in water, are known as insoluble salt. And insoluble salt are often referred as precipitate. Here I would like to clear one doubt. See, when we talk about the term precipitate, what is the answer? The answer is the insoluble substance which is left after the reaction, that is known as precipitate. And in most of the cases, precipitate is metallic hydroxide like CuH twice, copper hydroxide, blue color precipitate, ZnOH twice, zinc hydroxide, gelatinous white precipitate, PbOH twice, Kurdi white precipitate, lead hydroxide. But precipitate not only related to the metallic hydroxide which are insoluble in water. It can be a salt also. For example, CaCO3, calcium carbonate. This is an insoluble salt. It doesn't dissolve in water. Chalk is the best example for this. If you will add chalk powder in water, it is insoluble in water. So it is an insoluble salt. In the same manner, PbSO4, lead sulfate, that is also insoluble salt. And these salt also referred as precipitate. This is one of the best example. In most of the experiments, we prepare this AgCl, that is silver chloride, white color precipitate. This is also insoluble salt. It is a metallic chloride. As we say, most of the metallic chlorides are soluble in water. But this metallic chloride is insoluble in water. It is an insoluble salt. So on the basis of the solubility, two categories are there that we have discussed. First one is soluble salt which can dissolve in water like sodium chloride, potassium chloride and lot many. More examples are there. And in second category, we have insoluble salt, which doesn't dissolve in water, which also referred as precipitate. We will do this practically also in the lab. And in the next lecture, I will also tell you that how we can prepare these insoluble salts like calcium carbonate, lead sulfate, silver chloride, etc. Now coming to the second criteria, that is classification on the basis of type of neutralization reaction. On the basis of type of neutralization reaction. Simple neutralization we all know. Acid reacts with base to give salt and water, where acid dissociates to give hydrogen ion, base dissociates to give hydroxyl ion, and H positive combines with OH negative to give water molecule. That is a simple neutralization reaction. But on the basis that how neutralization reaction occur, on that basis there are three important categories of salt. The first one is acid salt, the second one is basic salt, and the third one is normal salt. Now acid salt are those salt which are formed by incomplete neutralization reaction. Now the question arises, what do you mean by this term incomplete neutralization reaction? Now incomplete neutralization reaction is that neutralization reaction in which hydrogen atoms which are present in the acid. Suppose I have taken here sulfuric acid, so both the hydrogen atom is not replaced. Out of the two hydrogen atom, only one hydrogen atom is being replaced. So this type of neutralization reaction is known as incomplete neutralization reaction. This NaOH sodium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid under different conditions. That depends upon the temperature, and if out of two hydrogen atom only one hydrogen atom is displaced, that's why it gives NaHSO4 and one molecule of water. So such salt are known as acid salt. Salt which are formed by incomplete neutralization reaction where displacement of both the atoms of hydrogen does not occur. And one more important point, when we are talking about acid salts, we have to see whether hydrogen atom or ion is there in the salt or not. This salt is NaHSO4, that is sodium bisulfate, and in this salt one hydrogen atom is there. That's why this is an acid salt. Because whenever we talk about acid, we have to see H positive ion. Whenever we talk about bases, we have to see OH negative ion. So this is your acid salt. This is one of the example. In the same manner, you can have lot many more examples. Like sodium bicarbonate, formula is NaHCO3. This is also acid salt. Why sodium bicarbonate is known as acid salt? Sodium bicarbonate is known as acid salt because it is also formed by incomplete neutralization reaction. And moreover, we can see one hydrogen atom is present in it. So all bicarbonate, bisulfite, bisulfate, all these comes under the category of acid salt. Second is basic salt. Same thing I have written for this and this. This type of salt are also formed by incomplete neutralization reaction. For example, I have taken ZnOH twice. That is zinc hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid. It will give ZnOHCl plus H2O. So how can you say that incomplete? Yes, it is incomplete because one hydroxyl group is present in the salt, and because of the presence of this hydroxyl ion OH negative, this salt is known as basic salt. Name of this salt is zinc. Let me write down the name. Name of this salt is zinc hydroxy chloride. This is the name of this salt, that is zinc hydroxy chloride. So what are basic salt? Acid salts and basic salts are obtained by incomplete neutralization reaction. For example, in case of acid salt, we have NaHCO3, NaHSO4, and in case of basic salt, that hydroxyl group should be there. I have taken one example of zinc hydroxide with HCl. It will give ZnOHCl. You can take PbOH twice. This also you can take, like lead hydroxide with HCl, it will give PbOHCl plus H2O. So name of this salt is lead hydroxychloride. So this hydroxy word is there. In the same manner here also hydroxy word is there. So this is your basic salt. So how will you differentiate? Where you will find hydrogen atom, that is acid salt. Where you will find hydroxyl ion, that is basic salt. Now third category is known as normal salt. Under third category, we will discuss about normal salt. Such salt which are obtained by the complete neutralization reaction between an acid and a base. Complete neutralization reaction means what? It means displacement of both the hydrogen atom of the acid by the base in such a manner that in result we will neither obtain H atom or OH ion. So such salts are known as normal salt. Again I am repeating, the salts which are formed by complete neutralization reaction between an acid and a base. Best example for this, your normal salt. See, in most of the cases we take that NaCl. So this time I have given you, I thought that I should give you some other examples. So I have taken this example. NaOH base with acid sulfuric acid, it will give Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. Now this sodium sulfate, this is your normal salt. Why? Because you can see in the formula it is Na2SO4. So both the hydrogen atoms are being displaced of this acid with the help of this base to give two molecules of water. And in this product, in Na2SO4, ना तो यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन एटम है ना ही हाइड्रोक्सिल आयन है, इसीलिए ये क्या है, that's why it is a normal salt. This is one of the example. Lot many examples are there. NaCl, KCl, K2SO4, NaNO3. All these are under this category, that is normal salt. So this is about the classification of the salt. First, on the basis of the solubility we have discussed soluble and insoluble salt. Second, on the type of neutralization reaction. If it is incomplete, then it can be acid salt or basic salt. For acid salt, H atom should be there, H ion should be there. For basic salt, hydroxyl ion should be there. And normal salt is formed by the complete neutralization reaction. So this is the classification of the salt. Thank you.